Skylanders presents the Skylanders. This time featuring the Tech element. Hello again, everyone. This is Skylanders bringing you the second episode of Return of the Skylanders. This is just a continuation of the last video I did featuring the magic element. We are now within the Tech element. Starting here. If you recognize him, you'll know him as Gyro. He's a piston gear robot who worked on the SkyTrain, same as Jawbreaker the Trapmaster did. He had a similar role of, what Jawbreaker did was pound and crush these crystals, radiance crystals I think, and use that as fuel for the train. Gyro's job, along with several clones of himself, was to keep the train clean. They work on the train, while the other big bots like Jawbreaker make the fuel. He can shoot with his gun. You can see that. This here is Livewire. He is some kind of an alien otter. And his inspiration is based on Sparky from the Lilo and Stitch franchise. This is his rocket board that he flies around on, and he stands on with his when he's in toy form. If he had a second or a wow pow or a soul gem, the second, he'd be holding this at the side of him, and a soul gem would have the boosters glowing. Here is a feral or gold cat named Grabby Cat. I'm working on his name. He was a spy back before he had infiltrated a troll camp and found the tech here, and he was freaked out when it was acting on his own while he was being surrounded by trolls. He took control of it over time. It's a bit like Doc Octopus from the Spider-Man series. This here is Primate. You see why he got his name. He always wanted to join the Skylanders, and when he came upon the ruins of an Archean graveyard, he decided to make this armor here, plus this pistol. And his dream became a reality, eventually, after finding the Skylanders. This is Cutlass. She was a prototype guard bot before she joined the Lumberjacks. And eventually, Blades had recognized her skills, decided to let her join the Skylanders, though he's been kind of a bit jealous of her blade attacks. She can skate on these tricycle wheels. Next is Electron. He's a humanoid electric being who lost his right arm during an attack against enemy forces of the darkness. He never shows his face, really, and he made an arm out of spare parts from Drobart's shop stuff. Right here is Chainclaw. He also is part of a lumberjack team, but he's stopped a force of trolls before anything happened to his boss's workplace. Right here is Velocity. Velociraptor who had enhanced his speed with this special speed armor. He likes to be fast. He always dreams of being the fastest. Though there's some other characters who feel like they're the fastest. Here is Silverado. The name I had come up with based on a type of brand of cars. Is the best I could come up with. He was found by a young scientist on the side of a walk path, and the scientist fixed him up and outfitted him with a laser cannon so he could defend himself against these robots that had damaged him. Here is Stracho. His inspiration on his arms and legs came from the Minions movie, where Bob was given this type of gear in order to be tall and stretch and reach things that he couldn't. But I think it looked really nice. Imagine what he'd do to get a jar of cookies that would rise up for one of the mini characters. This is Virus. He was created on accident when someone is trying to fix something on their computer. He has this shadow phobia thing. He's paranoid of his shadow. If you're wondering, his shadow, if physical, would appear as black with yellow and magenta stripes. This is Target Practice. He is a cyborg chameleon. His backstory is similar to Cyborg's. He had an accident while working on his suit, which is what he's wearing. He later outfitted this to be more helpful in combat. His design is based on a character from the Mega Man X series called Sting Chameleon. Here's another reptile called Clockadile. He was the assistant of a clock master before the master became insane and wanted to control time. No one knows what happens to him. And Clockadile later became a Skylander. This is Drum Beetle. He has a similar design to what's his name? It's a magic character from Swap Force. Dune Bug, yeah. He claps with his drum hands, and these are like pipes that amplify the sound on one of his attacks. This is Flashback. She comes from the future where her kind was enslaved, and so she travels to the past to ask the Skylanders for help, and she also encounters a Skylander who is of the same species as her. She has issues with him. This is a cannon that she stole with her on her way to the past. And this is Camera Guy. He has a giant drill, like a drill sergeant. He could drill into the enemies, and his head can snap photos and temporarily blind enemies. There were two others that I forgot to put on here, but this is all I can get for now. I will include them and the other guy from the last video and the magic element into another video soon. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. What do you think so far? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time. Skylanders, signing off.